Trent and Chris Cartman, son of the source. Just upon review of the game, were there any sort of additional thoughts that you had about offensive performance?
Yeah, I think at the end of the day, we put up a good amount of points, but there are definitely drives that I want to take back. Personally, I missed some reads and missed some key throws that I wish I could go back and take back from. But, I think overall we had a good game plan and executed pretty well. But at the end of the day, there's always room for improvement for sure.
What did you think about the operation of things, just given like how much that you changed kind of going into that week? And, did you expect to have the type of efficiency or operational success that you had, or did it surprise you in any ways?
I felt confident in our game plan for the week, and going up tempo, I think that helps a lot of us. Personally, I was up tempo in high school, so I was kind of excited to play with a little bit more tempo and spread the ball around the field, and it kind of it helped us in a big way. And I think it's just going to make it a challenge for defenses, because we can change tempo, we can slow it down, but at the same time we can speed it up and just keep you guessing.
And Trent, to piggyback off that, Michael Carson, Sideline Sports, to piggyback off that too. I mean, obviously, success of what Jalen did in the tight ends, but Elijah too, and then X. I mean, now putting that on tape. I mean, I know you just kind of touched on it, but what do you feel that does for you as you guys head into UCLA?
I think it definitely makes defenses not be able to key in on one guy. We have a lot of weapons that I'm able to distribute the ball to, and our offensive line had a great game. Making holes for the run game and X and Daniel, and in the pass game they gave me protection. I took a couple hits, but you're going to get that in a game, and I think it's just going to make defenses worry about more than one person, and hopefully it can continue to be a success for us.
And then to piggyback out that, I know obviously starting from what you've seen from UCLA and their fronts, what challenges do they present?
Yeah, they're a really solid defense. They've had a great year so far, so it's gonna make us be focusing on the details and really break down film. But hopefully with the game plan we have, we can execute it at a high level and come out victorious. But they're a solid team for sure.
Hey, Trent and Jack Loader, Devil's Digest. Can you take us through the conversation you had with Coach Iguano when he told you were going to be the starter going forward and kind of what that moment meant to you?
Yeah, he told me the day before the game. Didn't really tell anybody, but I just made sure. My parents were already out there, so it was super exciting. I had a couple family members there as well. But I've been working for this my whole life. I knew I was going to get an opportunity at one point. Whether it was my freshman year or 4 years down the road. But I just made sure to give credit where credit's due, and this is all God's plan, and just making sure I focus and stay in the present and not overthink it, and just do what I do and have fun, and trust in the team, and it was a great weekend.
Did you have a separate conversation with him since the game where he kind of told you that this is your job now?
No, he, I just, take it every day like it's the same. So, I found out, I was whatever on Twitter, but, whatever Coach Iguano says, and I'll just take it from there, but just controlling what I can.
Trent, Brad Denny, 3TV, CBS 5. You're obviously a guy who has a great mind for kind of the schematic aspects of football, drawn up playbooks as a kindergartner.
Yes, sir.
What level of collaboration do you have with Sean Iguano in terms of putting together like a game plan and each week?
Yeah, there's certain plays where he, tries to break it down for me. This is what he would read it as if he was playing, and I think, like you said the other day, I'm kind of like that coach on the field, so I'm trying to, distribute the ball as he would if he was playing the quarterback. So just trying to be on the same page as him, so, whatever he's seeing and understanding, I can think the same thing and make sure we execute the offense the way he wants it to.
Trent and Luke Liddon here with 12 Sports. I'm curious, what do you think you've learned the most about yourself from the very first time you stepped on campus as a Sun Devil to now this moment as the starter? That whole time frame, what do you think you've learned the most to get you to this point?
Learned the most, I came in thinking I knew a lot about football, but I think, just over the last 4 years, I've had a bunch of different, different coordinators and QB coaches and stuff like that. So really just breaking down the defense and understand the philosophy of what we're trying to execute in the pass game and the run game. I think that I would say that's brought in for me personally.
And I know it's a team game. Obviously, it's not just one player. But
yes,
how
sir.
surreal is it for you to finally be the man under center, something I'm sure you've envisioned your whole time here, and finally having that opportunity at last?
Super blessed, but, at the end of the day, I'm just excited that I'm able to help the team win, and I'm going to continue to do that as long as I can.
Trent, Cole Taubman, Devil's Digest. Your numbers against the blitz are pretty impressive, just in the limited showings that you've had this season. What are kind of the stuff that you're seeing pre-snap to really set you up for success when the pass rush comes?
I was just explaining that to a couple friends the other day. Growing up, I played flag football, and in flag football, you have a rush every play, so there's no blocking in it. So growing up from the time I was 5, and I played all the way till I was 18 years old. So just evading the rush, I was telling my friend, I kind of evade the rush, growing up, you're not even looking at the rush. And I feel like that's translated big time. You know, growing up playing tackle football is the same thing. You know, just understanding, you know, pre-snap alignment from the defense, and, you know, Coach Thomas does a great job of breaking down the film, so he gives us tips and reminders of what we're going to see. So I would just say, you know, over the years, I've definitely been able to, you know, avoid the rush at a high level, and it helps when our line does a good job as well.